lovely faces I've seen online, and now I get to see you in person. And if you haven't hugged me and loved on me, and I haven't loved on you yet, we will get to that. All right, people over here trying to sneak by, fine, I saw you. We can do pictures, we can do whatever. That's why I kind of want to get started to get time for that. Sound cool with everyone? Yeah. Yep. So I want to talk to you about what you just drank, what's going on. Hopefully you saw a before and after picture that you were like, whoa. About, and just so you know, we only pass around pictures of people we personally know. Because I've seen the health and wellness companies that pass around pictures of total strangers, haven't you? Yes? Yeah. And you're like, oh, do you know this person? They're like, oh, no, right? Those are all people we know. You might even notice some very familiar faces in the photos. There's a lot of us in the before and after photos. We're all kind of like walking after photos, which is nice. I just heard somebody say that someone here lost 140 pounds, which is like the coolest. But anyway, so just so you know, this is a biohacking product. So yes, you're going to experience better fat loss, and I'll talk to you about all the benefits. But there's so much more to it. So maybe you're here and you are obsessed with the way your body works, or excuse me, looks. But maybe you want it to work a little better, right? Or maybe you want to feel a little better, etc. That's what this is going to be for you. So I want to explain to you what you're feeling, what you're experiencing, what this product is, and we'll go from there. So. All right, y'all excited for this? Oh, now we're officially getting started. All right, so so how many of you are familiar with the keto diet? Like you've heard of it before? You're like, okay. So for those of you who didn't raise your hand, keto is a high-fat, moderate protein, low carbohydrate diet. Okay. It's been around for 120 years, super well researched. It was originally developed, if you will, like they cut out carbohydrates for children with epilepsy because it's so good for your brain. The keto diet is so good for your brain and for brain performance that your brain actually can't have seizures in it. So think of epilepsy, the children suffering from seizures. Very heavily researched. There's currently 308 published medical journals on actually exogenous ketones, which is super cool for my nerds in here. And you're going to get the Jessie Lee nerdy side probably because we're here together, okay, so just gonna get the nerd fest. But I do have degrees, I have all that stuff, so I sometimes it just spills out of me. I just have to let you guys know all these things. But the high fat and the low carbs, most people go, oh my gosh, I don't know about that. I love my bread, I love my pasta, I love all this stuff. And that's kind of where this comes in, almost, I like to call it sometimes like an insurance policy. That's where your ketones come in. The first time I ever personally heard about the keto diet was 10 years ago. So I don't know if anyone's familiar with Tim Ferriss at all, but I'm like a Tim Ferriss aficionado. I love his podcast, have forever. And the first time I heard him talking about it, I thought he was crazy. Like I was like, you must not have you must not have good food or something like that. Like, what are you talking about? You do fasting, you do intermittent fasting, you eat high fat, low carb. This is crazy. And at the time, I don't know if anyone can relate to this. Can you guys relate to like low fatting your way to a weight gain? Yeah. Yes. Okay, like the resounding yeses. I was currently doing crazy amounts of cardio all the time because I thought that's what you're supposed to do. I was eating like the low-fat cheese and the low-fat yogurt and the low-fat milk and the low-fat. And I was getting fatter! I'm like, man, there's something wrong here. But I thought that he was insane. And that's kind of how it works sometimes. Someone tells you to do something and you're like, oh, that's nuts because my doctor said so. I like saying that because especially like in places like Colorado where y'all are smart and educated, they're like, we don't like doctors here. I'm like, I know, it's a joke. You can laugh. Don't stone me out of the state. So anyway, so I wasn't losing weight, and so I finally was like, all right, I'll give this a try. This whole Tim Ferriss thing, this keto diet thing, right? So I go ahead and I commit to cyclical ketogenic. Has anyone ever done that before? I'll explain it. So cyclical ketogenic means you cycle your carbs. So I would do the keto diet 5 days of the week, and then the weekend would come, and I would eat my carbs. Randy, anyone else? Okay, good. We laughed. Good. Just making sure. All right, and so I was losing weight, and I would feel so good by like day 4, day 5, and then I would ruin it, right? Like the weekend would come, and I would feel like garbage again, and then it would take me forever because I had these crazy cravings. Anyone like love carbs? Yeah. And you crave them and you're a sugar addict. Relatable for anyone? Yeah, everyone's like, yes! Okay. These didn't exist when I did this, by the way. There was no such thing as an exogenous ketone 10 years ago when I did keto for the first time. So after about 5-6 months, I lost a ton of weight on cyclical ketogenic, but I was like in the mind game. Can you guys relate to that? Where like you're in that mind game where you still just want carbs all the time. You're like, what is wrong with me? I have no control over food. This is a diet, not a lifestyle. That was totally me. And for those of you wondering, like, my pictures are somewhere in there. I've lost easily 90, 100 pounds of fat, and I've put on like 35 pounds of muscle. So I never had curves. I look like a little, like I'm shaped like a boy, which is why I have to have the muscle, right? So I've had crazy results from keto personally. I'm like live and living color for you, right? But so I could not stop craving carbs, and this whole like cycle was going on and on and on. But I had lost all this weight, so I went ahead and I stopped keto. This is again 10 years ago. We follow the timeline so far, yeah? And I completely ignored it. I tried everything else then to keep losing weight or trying to lose weight or going like this with all these other lifestyles. I did like Mediterranean stuff, and any company that came out with like a 3-step program, I was like, oh, give me that, oh, this shake, that shake. I would try anything that came out, and then half the stuff, if not more than half. If anyone ever tried another company's something, and you're like, it's gotta be working because I'm shaking and I'm sweating. You're like just overdosing on caffeine and niacin, right? Anyone agree like, oh, my skin's crawling, it's definitely working. It's gotta be healthy. Oh, okay. All right. And I could never maintain anything. Never. And so then 12 months ago, so August 21st, I had my first ketone. I feel like I'm at a meeting right now, like, hi, I'm Jessie Lane. A year ago, I had my first ketone. Right. I had raspberry lemonade. Anyone a raspberry lemonade fan? Yeah. Everyone. Good. That's positive. Mark that on your little sheet. So I had my first ketone, and I remember not wanting to drink it. Like, it was sitting on this table. I was at a super important meeting. And they said, oh, shake this up in water. I'm like, in water? Thinking to myself, I've tried, people have told me this before. Anyone ever told you before, just put the protein shake in some lukewarm water, it's going to taste great. Lies. And then you like spit it across your house, like, ah! Have they ever actually done that? Like, you're concerned. You're like, there's no way they've ever actually drank this because this is toxic, I'm 100% sure. Right? Like, half these other companies' stuff just tastes like garbage. So when I'm like at this meeting and casually, there's, oh, just put it in some water and I've ridden that ride. I got the t-shirt. Like, nope, not doing it. And I'm like, and they're like basically like peer pressuring me to have a ketone. I'm like, fine, I'll have your stupid ketone. It's going to taste terrible. Have a sip of me over it. And I take my first sip and I was like, so you're telling me that I'm going to have better fat loss, better muscle preservation, better skin, better sleep, better mood, better all of these things, better energy, better focus from something that actually tastes good. I was like, oh, I think we got a business model here. Okay. I'm like, we're on to something. So I'm like 20 minutes in this meeting, and I'm telling you, like, my brain clicks on, right? That focus, that better focus, you guys know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. That better focus, better energy. Like, right now, 80% of you are like, why am I staring at her so hard right now? I'm never this focused. You're like, where's my phone? I don't know where my phone is. I'm like, it's ketone. But I'm 20 minutes into this meeting, and I realized for the first time ever, like, okay, guys, obviously I have more energy than maybe the whole entire crowd here combined, but it used to be total ADHD all over the place, couldn't focus on anything energy. And I'm in arguably, to date, the most important meeting of my life, and I'm like, my brain is on. Right? Have any of you like already ketone addicts, just out of curiosity? Can you relate to that statement? Yes. Like your brain feels on, like you're not doing the mom brain thing anymore? I'm not even a mom, and I'm like, those kids must have put my keys in the refrigerator again. Like, that was like me a year ago. I'm like blaming my dog, I don't know what happened, right? Making all these excuses for why my brain's not functioning right. Mom brain's a real thing though, but the brain fog, even if you're not a mom, you can relate to these things, right? Waking up kind of cloudy, hazy. Anyone ever done this before? You're like walking and you're like, where am I going? Maybe if I retrace my steps, I'll remember. Anyone done that? Okay? No more of that anymore? So I'm in that meeting, like I said, it was an amazing meeting, I was laser focused, and that was kind of when the whole ketone thing really went on. So, I feel like I'm the side of the box. Can anyone else relate to that here? Like, I am the better fat loss, I am the better muscle preservation, I am the better sleep, I am the better energy, I am the better focus, I am the better mood. I'm just better in every way, which I know sounds so like, what? But seriously, right? And it helps, like I said, that it tastes good, and you always can find flavors you like. So, I want to explain to you really quickly what's going on in your bodies right now, why you're so focused, why you're paying attention, why you're not living in your phone for the first time since 1998, right? And you're actually watching me, right? Your body can run off of 2 fuel sources, okay? Your body can run off of ketones, and your body can run off of glucose. Do we all follow so far? Okay, so 2 fuel sources. Glucose, the easiest way to explain it, is your fast-burning energy. It is your sugars and your carbohydrates. Okay? Anyone ever eaten out at a restaurant before? Gone to dinner with your friends? Okay? So 7 of you have friends. Good to know. I will be friends with you. Okay? So we are now friends. We can go to dinner. All right? So what comes out first when you go to dinner?
Chips and salsa.
Chips and salsa. Oh, I like it. I like the Mexican food. Good answer. All right, or bread, right? Some kind of carbohydrate comes out and you eat it, and you do get that burst of energy, right? You're all of a sudden super chatty with your friends. You sit there, oh, I'm starving. The bread comes out, you eat it. Chips come out, you eat it. Chat, 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 chat. And then all of a sudden, I mean, it's fast too, right? Isn't it like 10, 15 minutes, you're already crashing? And here's how I know. How many of you at that dinner with your friends have looked at your phone or you're watching and like, where's the entree? What's taking so long? I'm starving, right? Your body has already burned through that glucose, right? It's already gone, right? You're already hungry again. That's why carbs make you fat, because you keep eating them and eating them and eating them and eating them, or you're never satiated, right? So then your entree comes out and you're like, oh, and they want a nap, right? All of this endless cycle of glucose. That's what glucose is, right? And then you've got ketones. Ketones, fancy way of explaining it, is fats, using fats for fuel. And if you do eat a keto diet, you're actually going to fat adapt, and you're literally going to eat the fat out of your body for fuel. That sounds positive, right? Eat fat, lose fat? I know it sounds crazy, but, you know, it'll work. All right, okay. So that's your ketones. Now, yes, you can produce them endogenously, meaning inside your body, okay? You can create ketones endogenously, and you can turn yourself into a fat-burning machine by doing two things. One, fasting. So you can do an extended fast, you can click yourself into ketogenesis, you can go into a fat-burning state, or you can cut out carbohydrates from your diet or eat a very low carbohydrate diet. We all follow so far. Okay? That will create ketone bodies, it'll create natural beta-hydroxybutyrate in your body. Okay? Now, here's the thing. If y'all were going to eat a strict keto diet and not be affected by cortisol or not be affected by, that's your stress thing for my stressed out people here, okay? All right? You would do it. Right? That's why we have these. Right? The other thing is some people go, man, I don't know what's wrong with me. Like, I'm eating keto. Why am I not losing fat? What's going on? Like, I think I'm doing it right. Right? Our bodies are all so different. Some of you are really stressed out all the time. Your cortisol is so high, your body's not producing enough ketones in your body, and you're wondering what's wrong with you. The other thing is some of you think you're eating enough fat, but it's because you're so conditioned to do that low-fat lifestyle, you're not eating anywhere near enough fat. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So your body's never actually in ketosis. Right? So these sachets right here, everyone, okay, let's ask. Who liked the lime? Anyone like lime?
Yeah.
Woo! Everyone except for two people. Good. The heart tart, like the strawberry candy. Yeah. Maui punch, it's like a fruit punch. Yeah. Raspberry lemonade, I'll do it again because I was like, it seemed like really popular. Splash, which is your light citrus. Yeah. Any Blue Ocean fans?
Oh yeah.
Super popular. Cool. So these are beta-hydroxybutyrate, all right? This is the only bioavailable ketone in the entire world. We own the patents on it. You cannot get this anywhere else except for maybe whoever, you're watching it live from or whoever invited you here. It's the only place you can get it from. You can't get it from any store or anything like that. Bioavailable, the fancy, well, that's the fancy way. The simple way of explaining bioavailable is your body thinks that it created these ketones. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay, this is the exact bioavailable trigger in your body. It's the exact same, which means it's a cleaner fuel source. We follow?
Yes.
Cool. So this is beta-hydroxybutyrate. It's bonded to a mineral for any super nerds out here who are like, how does it turn into a powder form? It's the beta-hydroxybutyrate is dehydrated and then bonded to a mineral. Minerals are like potassium, calcium, magnesium, sodium. Follow so far? Aha! Y'all are smart. This is easy. Colorado's full of smart people. All right, people on the internet are the dumb ones. All what is a mineral? I'm like, oh heavens, we need to send you back to class. It's fine. All right, so those are your ketones. Right, these are your exogenous ketones. All that means is they come from outside. You put them in your body. Cool. And then you've got keto cream. Anyone like obsessed with keto cream?
Yes.
So keto cream does not have ketones in it. This helps with the endogenous ketone production. So again, what did I say? Those of you who are not eating enough fat, but maybe you think you are because it's more fat than you're used to with your Mediterranean style or your whatever your bodybuilding style of eating or whatever your style of eating is, right? We're just not used to it. This not only has healthy fats, which is the MCT oil, and I'm not going to make any medical claims to you guys, but I would highly suggest if you are suffering from really anything, get on Google and Google keto and type in your medical condition. With this product, MCT oil and. Like MCT oil and Alzheimer's, MCT oil and dementia, MCT oil and Parkinson's. The science and the studies behind it are insane, okay? So this has MCT oil in it, first of all, so your good healthy fats. It has 4 strains of collagen. We all know what collagen is these days, right? It's your hair, skin, nails, joints, tendons, all that good stuff. I'm like 74 years old, but I got this juicy skin. You can't even tell. It's fine. No wrinkles. That was hopefully, wasn't obviously a joke? Guys! Oh my goodness. Alright, I'm like trying to get wrinkles actually, because I kind of want those, this might be, I'm like on a tangent now, and like the people who are watching live are like, for real? I want like those crow's feet ones, like I feel like I'll look like very, like, sophisticated when I have those. So I'm just gonna go like this for the rest of the presentation, okay? No, I'm kidding. So, but this has your 4 strains of collagen in it. It has 1, 2, 5, and 10. And then it also has CMed 100. You guys all laughed when I did that whole, have you ever done the thing where you forget where you're walking? Huh? That thing? We've all done it. CMed 100 is not only a DNA repair molecule, but it's also anti-aging. The DNA repair is great because it helps with your brain to body connection. Meaning no more of that brain fog, that what the heck am I doing? I'll show you my favorite combos of this, because when you combine these, like I'm about to show you, you get that brain blast. Like you're like lit up. Like, oh my gosh, I think I took like a Limitless pill. Anyone seen that movie with Bradley Cooper where he like takes the pill, he's like, he's doing all like the math in his head and stuff like that? That's really what this feels like. So, I don't drink coffee. Does it look like I need coffee, people? That's a nerve, okay? Right? So I don't mix this in coffee. You can mix this in tea, you can mix this in coffee, you can mix this in water, and I'll show you the most popular keto combinations as well. Because the most popular order that most people order for the first time is 2 boxes of Max in a variety flavor and a keto cream. Like this is the most popular order, just as an FYI, okay? But let me show you the combos. So, super popular keto cream and blue ocean. For whatever reason, the keto cream just brings out the coconut flavor in the blue ocean. So those of you who were like, oh, that was bomb, it tastes like pina colada, I loved it. Awesome. Super popular raspberry lemonade and keto cream. This tastes just like you know when you make fruity, or like you eat Fruity Pebbles, and at the bottom of the bowl there's like all that milk left over, and it tastes like super sweet and like terrible for you? Yeah? That's what it tastes like, but a healthy version. Yeah, you're welcome. Just go ahead and write that down on your little sheet of paper, right? Also super popular, we have, for sure, this is crazy. You guys tried this, I think. Did everyone try the tart and the keto cream together? Tastes like a strawberry cheesecake, didn't it? Like almost alarmingly so. You're like, holy moly, okay? The other really popular combinations are keto cream and the Swiss cacao, which we didn't have for you. None of us brought it with us for whatever reason. That tastes like hot chocolate with like the little marshmallows on top. So it's a really good like evening treat. And then keto cream and the Purple Rain. Anyone try Purple Rain, the grape? So I don't like Purple Rain on its own. If I mix Purple Rain with keto cream, it tastes just like a grape Skittle. Like, identical. So my candy craving people, hello! Okay! Alright, so, those are the products. So, you can get boxes. If you're here, we can set you up with a 15, 10, or 5-day trial as well with whoever invited you here, or whoever, I don't know, is watching live or whatever. We can let you know our pricing or whatever. I know we don't live in Colorado, but we all have we can get them shipped out today or tomorrow. Like, we're super fast, efficient human beings. Aside from that, I want to answer any questions you have. I'll tell you, first of all, questions I get asked a lot, and then I'll answer anything you have. So, people ask me if they have to stop taking prescriptions. When they take this, no, there's not a single prescription in the world that interferes with ketones, just so you know. This is just a fuel source. I get asked a lot if this replaces meals. No, but it is an appetite suppressant, so it's great if you're trying to get into intermittent fasting, or maybe you want to do some fasted cardio in the morning or whatever. I get asked a lot if it's safe for, and then they list a million medical conditions. It's safe for every medical condition with the exception of a type 1 diabetic who does not have an insulin pump. Reason being, this actually regulates your insulin. If you're a type 2 diabetic, buy like at least 19 boxes. 2 nights. I didn't say that, but I didn't mean to say that. Okay. All right. I mean, just scratch from the record. All right. People ask me all the time, is it safe for breastfeeding? Is it safe for pregnancy? Absolutely. If you see, I don't know where he is. You see Lincoln running around somewhere around. Well, not running around. He's 2 months old. You see him running around, call the police because like we're arrest or something. He's got a 2-month-old on the run, right? It's the ketones. No. The baby's in ketosis. Well, the baby is in ketosis. Your children are actually born in ketosis. Breast milk is ketogenic because it has MCT oil in it. And if you think about babies' brains, of course breast milk is ketogenic, guys. This is a superior fuel source for your brain. Babies' brains are developing, right? You want to give them the ketone bodies. Make sense? Yeah? Of course, all of these come in caffeine-free versions as well. So you can give it to children, you can give it to whoever. It's safe for your baby, safe for pregnancy, safe for all that. And the other question I get asked a lot is, do I need to eat a keto diet in order to experience all these benefits you're saying? Better sleep, better mood, better fat loss, better muscle preservation, better focus, better energy, all of that? You don't. These are actually therapeutic dosages of the ketones. You can test your blood. Like right now, every single one of you could prick your finger, test your blood in a blood ketone meter, and you're in ketosis. I know it sounds totally insane, but I'm for serious. Right? Any other really common questions? I don't know, but yeah, go ahead.
So the cream,
Yeah.
is it like sour cream or is it powder that you mix in?
It's like sweet cream. So it's a powder. It's like, okay, so anyone ever had bulletproof coffee or bulletproof tea before? Like it's really popular right now. You literally will melt like butter in your coffee or coconut oil in your coffee. So I had bulletproof tea before, and I felt like I felt like a slime ball. Like I don't know if it was really, like just the oil on my lips. You know what I mean? And so this is powder. It mixes in just like your coffee creamer that you're used to putting in your coffee in the mornings, but it has all your good fats. Good question. By the way, anyone who's like already a Smart Ship customer, so you're saving 22% on your ketones, and maybe your keto cream has shipped, maybe not. It's got new packaging now that came out starting last week, and it actually is called Sweet Cream now. Because everyone knows what sweet cream tastes like, right? Unless you've never been to Cold Stone, which is not even a thing. So. Me, I don't know. Recovering sugar addict. It's fine. Any other questions? Yeah.
Is the sweet cream the same formulation as cream?
It's the exact same. Yep. Does anyone have any testimonials they want to share? Like
what's
personal?
with the new cream?
What's with the new flavor? They're just new flavors.
The new formula. It's harder to break down in the shaker cup.
The last run just seemed more like more dehydrated than usual.
Okay.
Aside from that.
Can I share mine?
Yeah.
Mine? Okay.
Well, who are you?
Okay, first off, I'm Desiree. I'm actually from Missouri.
Hi, Desiree. Hi,
Hey, Desiree! So,
I'm a
anyhow,
ketone addict.
We came up and I've been doing the ketogenic lifestyle for about a year and a half. And I have lost and maintained about 120 pounds.
Wow.
But the coolest thing, because you said like there was type 2, so I was diagnosed with PCOS, I was insulin resistant, they put me on metformin, I had all these things going on. Partner that with like thoracic nerve damage in my shoulder, like all the chronic pain, literally everything. I had a first dose experience with orange, which like blew me away. And I was like, what did you give me? Because I don't even take Tylenol. To my friend who was like, I paid for this, you're going to drink this? Because who has like a friend like that like you've had them for 12 years and they're like, no, you're going to drink it and I'm just going to leave it here, I'll call you tomorrow. And so that's what happened and I did. It was a white powder, I had no idea. She had no idea what it was. And I was 6 months postpartum. I gained 70 pounds, like just a baby weight, and it was just, I was in a bad place. So anyways, I don't want to make any claims. I'll tell you, I'm now officially off the metformin. I have no symptoms of PCOS, and even after being told that I couldn't get pregnant naturally without some kind of intervention because of all of this, I'm actually 15 weeks pregnant with a keto. Like she said, living color proof. Here you go. Oh, hi.
Who else wants to share their story?
I'll share.
Go ahead.
You're gonna hold this.
Sure.
So I'm Christina.
Hi, Christina.
I'm here from Colorado, born and raised here in Colorado, and one of the biggest things that I've ever tried to do is I've done everything out there in the market, and something that I was doing before was making me miserable human. I was sad, I was depressed, I had tons of anxiety. I was fighting with my husband nonstop. It was, I'd wake
He's
up,
like, better move, better move.
yeah, I'm sorry. He'd wake up and I would mad about everything. But one of my big eye-openers, and it was right before I was introduced to the ketones, is we went on an amazing vacation for my 40th birthday. And it was amazing. And my friends and family were there. We had 18 people on the beach. And I was miserable. And I got back and I had the box waiting for me on the counter, and I tried it, and instantly, like, my mood was better. I stopped crying every single day. I have PCOS, and I have a lot of other things going on with me, but I'm totally ovulating on my own now, which is amazing to me because I've done all the fertility drugs and nothing ever worked for me. So many other benefits have changed with me, but I just feel better. Like, I just feel amazing, and I'm happy, and my moods are better, and I don't feel like I'm snapping everybody's heads off. It's just amazing. And with PCOS, I was naturally tired all day long. If I slept 6 hours, if I slept 8 or 10 hours, I was still tired. Now I wake up, I'm refreshed. I don't feel like I need a nap during the day. Like, I just am good. I'm living a better quality life. My husband started finally after, like, he was my biggest naysayer. And if he wants to share his story, I'll let him. But I'll tell you what, I feel like we're like honeymoon.
Yeah. You also look amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing.
it causes a honeymoon. Is that what I understand?
Yeah.
I'll take 10 boxes today.
Go ahead, Nick.
So I'm Keena, and
Hi, Keena. Hi,
so I was introduced to them by Donna, and I, like everyone else, I had tried 8 million different things, and I was like, she's like, you need to try the ketones, and I'm like, don't give me your ketones, don't sell me any, I'm not buying them, and don't ask me to join your team, because I'm not doing it. Well, obviously I'm doing it, I joined her team. So, I have endometriosis and anxiety that's really bad, so with the ketones, I had a hysterectomy like a year and a half ago, and I still had pelvic pain. I don't know if that's shaky at all.
You're awesome. You go, girl.
So anyways, I had my hysterectomy, and I still had pelvic pain because I kept my ovary, and the hormones, they just were not working with me. And so if you know anything about estrogen dominance, the endometriosis would just keep growing and growing. So I still have pelvic pain even after the hysterectomy. The ketones have definitely helped that, which is pretty amazing. And my anxiety is a lot better. I just don't like crowds, that's why I'm doing. Everyone can just turn around and not look at me. I'm just kidding. Which is awesome. So, and I've lost over 20 pounds, which is great. And then my husband, he won't talk.
He's hiding because
He probably would, but he has Crohn's disease, so he actually takes the ketones. He was a naysayer and was like, it doesn't work, it doesn't work. He's lost almost 30 pounds, and his Crohn's is pretty well under control with the ketones. And he doesn't even do a keto diet. Like, his keto diet is like taking off the bread, and that's his diet. So it works even if you don't follow the keto diet.
Awesome. Thank you. Anyone else dying to share?
I'd love to share.
Yeah. I love when boys share too.
I'm gonna be a man about it, not tell them about it. I'm Jason, guys. Jason Maloney.
Hi,
drove
Jason.
from Springfield. Yes, I'm from Missouri, like Desiree. We drove together. 2 days ago was my 2-month anniversary drinking the drink, and it has been life-changing for me. In the beginning, I had just went through bankruptcy, lost my business, a team of 3,000 people, left my prior company. I was driving, it just makes me almost want to cry, but I was driving 15 hours a day for Uber just to keep my bills paid. I'm gonna give you a I lost everything. I had $5 in my bank account. And I knocked out, wrecked my car, and started having seizures. Because I shouldn't have been working that much, you know. And it was probably the darkest point in my life. I was suicidal. I wrote out my will and testament. I thought it was done, you know. And Jessie Ellison reached out to me. She gave me a packet, and I felt a little bit better, and I kept drinking it, and I was on a 10-day trial, and then I decided I never wanted to stop drinking it again. I've lost 35 pounds. I'm now financially sound again. I was able to make this trip, and I have a little bit of money in my bank account. I'm not rolling, guys. I can fit into a suit I haven't worn in 5 years. And I'm changing lives all over the world. So it's been empowering and life-changing. So
Anyone that need to share? Thank you. Anyone else really want to? Me? Yeah. Yeah. I was hoping you would, but you were over there wrangling your baby. I'm from Colorado, and I have something that's actually pretty common and really not very well diagnosed. I have Hashimoto's type of thyroid. So the doctors were telling me that I had cancer at first, but then they took half of it out, and they said it's just like one of the worst cases of Hashimoto's that they've ever seen. So there's a lot of things that come along with that, and I won't tell you all of them, but one of the biggest things that for me was the just how tired I was all the time. I have, if you don't know, this little bundle of energy is mine, and so trying to keep up with this guy when you literally don't even want to get out of bed is really hard. So so this is so much more to me than everything that everybody else has been talking about. This gave me my life back. No. I have to keep up with this guy because he deserves it. And I have so many more other things going on. I had back pain that is completely gone because I had an epidural with him that failed. So I had this huge block in my back of just inflammation. It was so much pain. I'm sorry, I'm an emotional person. We love it!
Like I do.
We love you.
I cry every time. But
you know, just being able to pick him up. Every time that I picked him up and I leaned back, my legs would go numb because there was so much swelling in my back from a doctor screwing me up. So, I mean, everybody has their own unique story, but I can tell you that even if you're really tired, even if you feel like there's nothing else that you can do, I promise you, give this a try. Because I was told that I would never be able to lose weight. I was told that I would always be tired, and I was told that I would, you know, have to get help with him because he's so wild, and I don't. I drink my drink twice a day. I drink the keto cream. I love every single flavor. I love every single thing about it, and I'm telling you, if you don't give it a try, you will be doing yourself a disservice. I'm serious. Just do it. Thank you, babe. So, I love you guys. Cool. So, I love the testimonial part because I don't get to hear everybody's, right? I can see the pictures a lot, and the pictures only tell like 1% of the story, right? There's always so much more to it. So, if you're looking, of course, to experience that better fat loss, or the better muscle preservation, or the better sleep, or the better mood, or the better focus, or the better energy, or the better skin, or the better sleep, whatever better is for you, you've got nothing to lose, right? And just so much to gain, because I know so many of you just want a little bit better of something, and there's a whole world out there. So I'm not going to keep you guys anymore. I respect your time. Thanks so much for coming out. Clear out the ketones for us. Drink all the rest that are left over there. Everyone take shots. Any questions you have, we'd love to answer them for you. Most popular order, again, is going to be a box of keto cream and then 2 different flavors of Max. Of course, you get to choose. You can save money by putting on a smart ship. You'll save 22% and get a free box the 4th month. So if you're cheap like me, that's positive. If you're just like, I need this immediately, make sure you get to whoever invited you here. We'll make sure we send out a 5-day, 10-day, 15-day trial for you immediately and get you started on your journey. Because, I mean, it's totally up to you. And if you haven't noticed, obviously there is a business. So if you're interested in business information, we can always provide that for you as well. But thanks so much for your time, guys. I hope you enjoyed this super fast, awesome, beautiful Colorado. Look at the sunset, by the way. Like, I'm distracted by this presentation. Thanks for coming out. I don't know how far you guys live, but there's something in a bowl that I'm supposed to do, and I don't know what it is because I'm not the planner. I just show up to these things. What is this?
I think we're doing a drawing.
Oh, we're doing a drawing! I don't know what's happening.
Excuse me, everybody, fill one out.
Did everyone fill out your sheet? Did you guys put one?
No,
Oh, did you get it? No, not yet. Oh, not yet. Okay. Oh, sorry. You're not included.
Fill one out.